I'm back. So sorry. Same setup. Like I said, I got to find the calendar. So, but while I do that, let me give you something. Give you something to look at. Why it go away like that for me? Let me find the calendar. All right, so I left off talking about the Two of Diamonds. So I'll speak about that here as soon as I get the calendar up. I can talk about it a little bit while I'm here as well. So the last video, as I shut off, I sounded like I was a country bama. You know what's funny about that too? So the Two of Diamonds actually has the Jack of Spades and Mercury. So the Jack of Spades is one of those cards that is around music, creativity, imitation. So a Two of Diamonds early in childhood, there's a hidden talent that they may have, and one of those hidden talents could be something of the arts or speaking or not speak, but imitating other people, or music or something like that. Music, dance, something that will help them release their creative ability, creative talent. What? So I said that because of my voice inflection earlier. Yeah, so the Two of Diamonds, I was speaking about the Scorpio. I thought I got into Two of Diamonds earlier. I don't remember everything. I was speaking about the sixes, how it also comes from the Neptune line from a spiritual place, how it has a mission and not just a vocation. It always says as well, with the Two of Diamonds, or an inherited knowing of their life's purpose or being aware. A lot of times, Two of Diamonds, I always say the sixes is one of those cards that also is dealing with, it's kind of like a Saturn return, okay? Whenever you want to look at a six in cardology, as far as a person's purpose, life path, or anything, not a Saturn return, but a retrograde within someone's birthday chart. A six is similar to a retrograde, okay? So it's something that a person used to a repeat or a former purpose, or something they put here to maybe, or you may see them do over and over. They may even run into the same opportunity, because they didn't take advantage of the last opportunity, or when it was presented, or they didn't prepare for the next step or phase within that opportunity, right? So progression, right, is related with sixes, but that progression happens over time, and sometimes boredom happens. Okay, so with this particular card, but they can't be lured to sleep in life because they sit Saturn, Mars. So there's that's a certain amount of work that this particular card. There's always protection. Like I said, they do surround themselves around valuable people or famous people in some type of way, or even their friend association, right? And also, like I said, Two of Diamonds usually have a rise in ranking, or they have some type of influence of importance, whether it be job or friends, or their friendships, or people they hang around. They tend to rise as far as the popularity, within their popularity. So the next card I would go over is Let me see. Oh yeah, let me go over that Scorpio two of diamonds. That particular birth date, well, I believe was it the Scorpio two of diamonds? Diamond no form. Yeah. 1105. Yeah. Acting talent. I kind of talked about that a little bit. I guess, or some type of creative talent, and the ability to, as far as in leadership. So, that kind of what the book kind of speaks about. Okay, it's like I said. Oh, so all the information, everything I'm referencing, almost outside of what I've learned, is from the books. Cardiology like that. Outside of the books can only help you to a certain extent. This particular science is based upon the life spread, okay, which is a 12 cards that you're giving, 13 cards, depending on how you look at 13 cards that you're giving, okay, given at birth, okay. These particular cards show people or show yourself how your life is going to be karmically tied to anything outside of you, also your internal thought patterns, but people, places, things, things that you are put here to understand, grow, and learn from. My honest belief, this is where the saying said comes from, where you'll never know until you walk the shoes of someone else, or right. So this is one of the only sciences, or I'd say astrology too. You can displace some. Not talking about displace. You can probably conjunct somebody as far as like their birthplace, but what maps that out or degrees is the cards, right? So this is a measurement, I believe, of the calendar and solar degrees of the sky as well. So it shows the patterns, or you can walk the path of someone else year to year if you're displacing someone from one year to another. So that is how you walk the shoes of another person, or can get a glimpse, probably not the full life path, but you can get a glimpse from one year to another of another person's trials, tribulations, or they may go through, or karma, right? But we all dealt our own personal 13 cards. And with these particular cards, you go through life understanding yourself and certain particular principles through life as well, right? So I'll bet $1,000. I bet $1 million that I can tell you something about your life or your pattern within these cards or with the books that are below. I'll bet you $1 million that I can tell you something about your card. I can bet you 40. If I can't, I'll pay you. So you want to take me up on that bet? Contact me, DM me. Okay, that's my new slogan. If you think I'm crazy, or if you want to earn a quick $40, give me 20 to 10. You can give me 5, but give me a good 10 to 20 minutes, and I promise you, I'll tell you something about your life. All right, so we're gonna see who wins. I may tell y'all the outcome. That may be my new outside thing. Anyone want to win quick $40? Yeah. I think that's the new hustle. That's the new hustle. If I can't tell you nothing about your life, I'll pay you. Man, that's the new hustle. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are inspired. 11:05. I did that one. So the next one I do is November the 9th. I do have to go to work soon. What time? I think I got it. Let me see how much longer I can be here. 1 second. So November the 9th. That is November the 9th. That's a club. November the 9th. Is that the Jack of Clubs. Jack of Clubs, November the 9th. I'll be going over the Jack of Clubs next. Just 1 second. I have to see. Damn, I got it. Oh, okay. We got some time. That place isn't far away. Jack of Clubs. Jack of Clubs is one interesting card. One of the more interesting cards. So I always associate the word aliens or the study or curiosity around aliens. Two of Clubs, Ace of Spades, King of Spades. Always brings aliens about the conversation. Five of Diamonds, I can see that can go off on the deep end. Anything in the Neptune, you can relate to aliens. But why is that important to the Jack of Clubs? Because they have the Two of Clubs and Mars. They seem like those people that can go off into the deep and around information, knowledge, and they love to conversate or have conversations. And I will guarantee you, I think everybody would talk about aliens, but I guarantee you Jack of Clubs will bring that up more than one time. But Jack of Clubs, this one was a Sag, November. No, Scorpio. Did I get the right one? No, I didn't. I did. Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. So this one is Scorpio. So November the 9th, Scorpio. Um, November the 9th, Scorpio. So this Jack of Clubs, dear Pluto, is the Two of Clubs, right? Let me see. Pluto's the Two of Clubs. So you want to look at the Two of Clubs. I'm sorry, not Two of Clubs, but Two of Spades. All right. It's probably the most important part. So negotiation, compromise, with all twos, even with the Two of Clubs, with that being your Mars, how you negotiate and compromise is going to be your biggest factor as far as your success and as far as life, or maybe even as far as business, trials, tribulations, or whatever may happen in life. Also with this particular cards, emotions, right? Taking control of your emotions and not letting your family or anyone interfere with your livelihood, and not taking too much as far as taking care of the family, and putting your emotions towards things that doesn't support you a lot of times. And it's going to be important, right? Because you have a two. So a lot of times twos have to make sure there's an equal balance within the relationship. So also, I don't know if I said it earlier, but arguments, negotiation, making sure that you communicate well or properly. It's going to be Jack of Clubs. A lot of times they can get in situations where the very smart people, Two of Diamonds also, go back to Two of Diamonds, can manipulate people without even knowing it, I wouldn't say they play mental gymnastics, but it's very easy to find yourself around or in situations where, they can be very mentally adept, and then with that they can manipulate the situation, or control people or talk people out of things in a certain type of way, right? Even if they don't know what they're talking about, Jacks can be slick talkers regardless, right? So just the way that you talk and the way that you speak, making sure that you're not overpowering other people as well, and being the Scorpio, or just being the Jack of Clubs overall. So they tend to even sometimes be in a situation where you want to remain neutral. You don't want to debate, right, around the situation. So, with the Jack of Clubs, something else that I want to speak about was progression as far as life. Could happen sometimes slow with the Jack of Clubs as well. They may not feel like they reached their peak until after their 40s or older age. They have the Four of Diamonds, they have a Four of Hearts in Uranus. A lot of times books say they shouldn't be around their grandparents or the influence of their grandparents. But I would say they do need wise people around them, right? And especially teaching them as far as being patient with themselves for other people, you know. He also around finances, the temperament out of a lot of cards, the Jack of Clubs, Nine of Diamonds, have really quick tempers, and it's very noticeable. Or they can just be very agitated as far as having attention to detail in some type of way. Nines are cards of extremes, right? It can be also a worry, over money. A lot of times they say. So with the nines and the five, like I said, Nine of Diamonds, Five of Diamonds, spiritual development is also important. So the Jack of Clubs, your spiritual development is important. Like I said, what you put your time to and your passion towards, being a Scorpio, making sure it pays you back in some type of way. With this particular card in particular, specifically out of all the nines, out of all of the Jack of Clubs, this is one of the ones that can probably, or it's more than likely to go into some like psychology or something, possibly, or working with people, groups of people. Like I said, and there's an emotional context, or they can be emotionally intense cards as well. So Jacks, of course, theater, drama, acting a lot of times, or any type of performers. With the Ten of Hearts, Jack of Clubs, they have a Ten of Hearts, so it's very important that they have some type of social awareness with them as well, and knowing their ability to touch people and to help people. I was just saying earlier, right? They have the ability to kind of convince people or persuade people, right? At the Jack of Clubs, and they may not be aware of it. Like I said, that happens with the Two of Diamonds also. So, so she's a teacher, so that's very good education of teaching other people, having some type of social awareness. Jacks, like I said, they are teachers. I was going to say, people that, actors, or what was the other one I was thinking of? Musicians. That's all I'm thinking about. Hip hop, how can I feel it? Hip hop or any type of thing that is around like teaching or talking to people or expressing themselves, using their creative abilities to help other people, guide other people, So power of persuasion in a good way is a lot of times a politician or a teacher, right? So being able to help and to touch other people in some type of way. So I think I said researching and psychologist earlier. Yeah, research or psychology a lot of times as well, of figuring out people, So they have some type of social ability. Yeah, Cardi B is a Jack of Clubs. Yeah, she is. All right, so actually I'm about to go. So the last couple minutes, what I would do is, if y'all have questions it's only like 2 people here. If y'all have questions, I'll go over someone's spread since it came up. Let's look at Cardi B. We didn't look at Bajan. I'm about to say Bajan, but we didn't look at Vibes earlier. We'll look at his spread come Sunday. We'll go over his spread. Cardi B is how old? 31? What? Cardi B still kind of young out here in the streets. 31, I did not know that. That makes sense. I think, like I was just saying earlier, right, with the Jack of Clubs, they develop kind of later in life. They get more solid. They have the four of diamonds, four of hearts. You know, so also with jacks, a lot of times it takes a while, some time for them to mature. You know, so uh, they also have extremes within relationships. They can date younger or older, as far as the Jack of Clubs. I'm going all over the place. Where I'm just gonna be going. She just announced her pregnancy today. Congrats to Cardi. Let's see. I could take a look at her weekly. We'll take a look at her weekly Sunday. But just looking at her card, she has the Five of Hearts and Mercury, which is changing emotions, divorce, that screams divorce, right? A lot of times the Five of Hearts is a marriage or a divorce. A lot of times, yeah, we'll take a look at that one. Thank you. But Cardi B, I show it on the screen coming up as well. Let me see if I can screenshot it. I'm making Bluetooth it to that phone that I'm screaming from. But she has a Five of Hearts. She displaces the Seven of Spades, and displacing the King of Diamonds technically, but she sits with the Seven of Spades. Seven of Spades is supporting her, and the Five of Hearts is in Mercury. Queen of Diamonds is Venus. Queen of Clubs, Mars. Pregnancy. If I was to look at her cards, where would I see pregnancy? I would see it in her Mercury period, where the Five of Hearts is, with the Three of Hearts. So if she was to have a kid, it could possibly be twins, right? I don't know if she's had twins already, to be honest. She also has the King of Hearts, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Uranus with the Three of Diamonds. So that speaks to relationships, indecision that comes within relationships. They do have a Two of Diamonds relationship as far as them two, which people usually speak to as a destined relationship or partner or work relationship, so that combination card will put you in a situation where it's hard to break away from, right? It's like, even if you break up, you'll be dreaming about this person in some type of way. So a lot of times that's what the Two of Spades energy around is, like a soulmate type of energy. Is it stronger than the Two of Hearts? Possibly. So there are the two cards or two marriage or like soulmate energy cards, or the Two of Hearts and the Two of Spades are sort of those cards you may see like soulmate energy or destined. Also the Nine of Spades, Six of Spades is one of those uncontrollable things where they tell you let go and let God. So as far as that's the only thing. If I was to consult her, I can say there would be like a hospital, some type of care that should be getting taken care of around her Neptune time period. Okay, she has a Six of Hearts. It's a reward card. So the reward for her is actually forgiveness. I think for her a consultation, or probably you can probably hear them probably going to counseling if she was to call off the divorce. But they said she submitted the papers, right? But it don't matter if nobody signed them. But so she has the Five of Hearts and the Six of Hearts are the two cards that stick out the most for me, as far as her life spread at 31. So when did she turn 31? When is her birthday exactly? October 11th. So she's actually going into a Neptune period. Here pretty soon. So let's look at 32 for her. So if I was to look at 32, what would I see though? I think if I was to, so she has the three of Hearts again. So like I said, the Three of Hearts is like, twin energy, but it's also a birth as well, or three people. Also, that Three of Hearts is also someone in between your relationship. So she had that in Mercury. So the suspicion of speaking about someone, she had that in Mercury with the Five of Hearts. So I think that's very interesting looking at it from that perspective. as far as her speaking about divorce or possible someone in between your relationship. A Three of Hearts is a card of distractions outside of the Queen of Clubs, Three of Hearts, Five of Hearts, Five of Clubs. Those are your disruptors or your distractions or people in between your relationship type cards, right? So Three of Hearts is also a change or insecurity within your relationship, also fear within relationships as well, okay? It is the Three of Hearts. So if I was to give her a consultation, I probably wouldn't have said that. But with the Three of Hearts there, if I was to do a consultation, I would say there's an insecurity within your relationship. But you also have the Six of Hearts as your reward. So forgiveness, making up. But, that is the reward for her year, right? So we'll see how that is. And also, Six of Hearts, I don't say you have to forgive someone. You have to forgive somebody for yourself, The Sixers, even within themselves, is one to hold a grudge, against someone as well. A lot of times they seek friendships or they have long-term friendships a lot of times as well. So let me see what else I was going to speak about. I was looking at her year this year. She has the Four of Hearts and Venus, the Ten of Spades, and Mercury going to next year with that Six of Hearts and the Ten of Spades. And her composite with the Jack of Spades and the Seven of Clubs, which I can see with the Eight of Clubs, which is law. But and also she's in the Mars column, which a lot of times you find yourself in court with, or in the face of law, in that Mars column. So, that's a very complicated kind of position to be in. With the King of Diamonds and the Three of Clubs, his card is if I'm not mistaken, he's a Four of Clubs and he's supporting the Four of Hearts. I'm pretty sure he probably doesn't want anything to end within the relationship. 9 times out of 10, looking at he'll be on the end. Even if she tries to go through with divorce next year, he'll be supporting the marriage or the home in some type of way, right? So, but I have to skedaddle. I did get to November the 9th. So everyone up until then, that is who I've spoken to. I have 3/16, 7/20. No, that's not a birthday. July the 3rd left, 4/25, August 26th, October the 10th, May the 7th, and 10/19 left. All right, so I'll see you all maybe tomorrow. I'll see if I have some time. Every day I'm supposed to give somebody a call, but it's always another hustle or something I'm trying to do. So I'll try to be on here tomorrow if I'm not on the phone all day. All right, I'll see y'all.